Searchlight? Yeah, about mental health. So, but to work through things that we don't get, I haven't got a chance to process or talk about. And that was something of when me having a celebration of my Supremes and those friendships have meant to me, as we've lost our parents, we've lost, we've lost jobs, we've, those of us, lost children, honestly. And sometimes lost our way. And so this is definitely something that's very cathartic, but I think that's the power of cinema, that it works on us individually, but hopefully it provides that for people who watch it, that you don't feel so alone, because trust me, we all have our things. And so, and hopefully this is a film where people feel that way.
We have 2 more questions, then we're going to wrap it up because we know it's late. But back in June, I had the pleasure of being at a dinner with Tina, Aunjanue, and Sanaa. I think Uzo, you were busy with your new baby. And Betty Smith hashtag is called "It's Great, It Gets Greater Later." And I know all of you here have 20, 25 plus years in the business. So what is the bliss that you have now as creatives?
That's good. There's a confidence that, you didn't have early on, and I think that's not just the business, that's just like being, being in a patriarchal society. We're taught that as we get older, we should just disappear and we have no worth, but I'm finding it the opposite. I'm finding my inner power just, like I don't give a, there's a comfort in your skin that happens. I want the youth to look forward, not to be scared of aging, but to look forward. I know my mother is 75 and I want to be like her, so that's also the power of reflecting our experience on screen and having female filmmakers who are going to show that, because we learn through reflection. And so, yeah, it feels good. Aunjanue?
I think that IDGAF really hits. Just like all of that anxiety, right? Like that anxiety of like caring. And all I want to do is get free. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? All I want to do is get free, and not just get free for me, but get free for all of us. I want to get free for all of us. And I think the best way to walk that path is to walk that path, to be an example of that. So yeah, IDGAF. All right. Go Kamala! Go Kamala!
What's your bliss now?
My bliss now, I think this is I don't give a couch over here, but it's something about as you mature, you just stop caring about every single thing. I think if you look at it, for people who are out here and you're in your mid-20s and you worry, I understand you worry about your career, you worry about your bills. These are real things. Welcome to adulthood. It's the most ghetto place I've ever been. But right, get me out. Please gentrify the neighborhood here. But in all honesty, the thing is, if you look back at yourself when you were in high school, think about the stuff you now don't give a damn about. Yeah. It works the same way as you get older, but also you start to learn your self-worth. And what am I willing to sacrifice for my self-worth? I might not get that job, but I'm gonna get my peace. Because that job is not for me. It's not for me. And how do I make sure I stand up for myself? Because like you said, the younger generation, they're looking at us. And if it is just as hard for them as it was for me, we're doing it wrong. It's got to be easier. And that's my thing of how do I clear a path for the filmmakers coming behind me that you don't suffer the same way. And my thing is learn from my mistakes more than my successes. And so for me, it is about learning, and it is a work. Cori, I'm not gonna lie and say it's not tempting to worry. I am not gonna sit there and lie. It is a daily practice. But my self-worth, my peace in my soul, where I find my love in my family, my friends, because in the end of the day, that's what's gonna sustain you. Because this industry will come and go. They will put you up on a cross, or they'll praise you on a Thursday and crucify you on a Friday and not look back. So what are you gonna do in between? You have to know that and you have to self-validate. Don't seek for other people to say that. These people know they are good actors. They are. And I'm glad they know that. They have been, now trust me, they ain't got no awards, and I ain't even lie, y'all got the hardware. But that's not why they know they're good. They have found that. And so we have to do that as individuals. And my thing is, that's what I do hope and pray that y'all do see from this film, is that you see your self-worth, that you feel inspiration, that you see joy even when it's dark, and just to keep going. But do not ever forget, you are worth more than what other people have to say to you. It is about what you say to yourself. So find your peace and have your mental resolve and just keep going.
I would say that my bliss is three, I guess. I would say is, it will all be well. Preserve your peace. And stay in the love. It's, I think, keeping and preserving joy. And holding on to that, and don't ever let anybody steal it. And doing everything in your power to ensure that that peace is maintained. And I think in knowing, as I get older, that that's all true, that it will all be well. It's like, to your point, that's like, life is a wave, you know? It's gonna be, as soon as the expression Andre de Shield, it's a great tumbling Andre de Shield says, the peak of one mountain is the valley of another. You know, and recognizing that you always somehow find your way to a peak. And so it's easy to sweat the smaller things at points, but knowing that it will all be well. And I think holding on to that sort of pushes away anything that might disturb your peace and keeps you in a place of peace and preservation of it. And then it also, I think, keeps you supremely in a space of love.
Pun intended.
All right, listen, I'm gonna keep this real short. Because they said everything, all right? I'm just gonna do one little last cherry on top, and then we can all get something to eat and something to drink and, you know, enjoy all the things. Having confidence in oneself. And what I say, and this goes back to, and I'm not gonna go back like 80 many moons ago. I'm gonna go back to simple slavery, being brought here in chains, okay? We had to learn to adapt to a new way of living, a new way of surviving, a new way of existing. I always use the phrase, and my wife knows this as well, you have to learn to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. So you have to have the confidence in yourself that, because you're going to hear no's. You don't think that when they so-called freed the slaves that people didn't hear no and no and no. But now look at us in Martha's Vineyard doing what we do. We control the music industry. Our stuff is billions of dollars. It controls the Olympics. You got Snoop at the Olympics. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we got so much more to accomplish. You know what I mean? We got a black woman. Black and we had a black president. You know, I mean, there's so many more things that we're going to do, but we've come so far. So understanding that no is not an option. That having that self-confidence and being comfortable with being uncomfortable is the way to go, and that's the way that we succeed, that's the way that we get ahead, that's the way that we do what we do. And that's all I can say about that.
Well, on that note, y'all go out and have a good time. We'll have some food and some drink like what I said. And when November comes, vote.